Let's start predictive MRP. See, predictive MRP is nothing but material resource planning. So here MRP is, generally we think MRP is material requirement planning, but it is not that. It is material resource planning. So it came in S4 HANA in 1909 version. So it is the part of EPPDS. But of course, we can do in S4 HANA. So whenever, suppose if we are implementing in for any client, if they ask they want this functionality, they need an additional license. You can see here. So this is the additional license required for pMRP. So pMRP help you to identify capacity issues and solve them early in the planning process. So generally, what happened? We in ECC we used to use long-term planning to plan for the future and for the forecast values like how much like capacity will be required for the future demands and how much cost it requires, whether the vendors is available or vendors are busy, whether they can deliver the things properly or not as per our demand. But in S4 HANA, the advanced functionality came. Here we can able to simulate the things easily. So if I give an example here, I can able to predict. Suppose I have a demand of 1 year in future. So here I can easily predict whether the materials will be available, how many vendors are available with me, and how much capacity is available with me, whether I can reach the demands or not. If I cannot reach the demands, what I can do. These all things we can able to decide by using predictive MRP. Let's see in future, but the main use of predictive MRP is to find the capacity issues for future demands and to see whether the resources are available or not. So coming, the goal of predictive MRP is to identify the potential capacity issues and to evaluate possible solutions as early as possible based on the simplified requirement plan using the simplified material requirement algorithms. So production planners are prepared to take the decision on change conditions, for example, demand planning, resource planning, and pre-production. A similar solution was available in the SAP landscape under the name of long-term planning. Just now I told it's similar to the long-term planning, but it is different, not exactly the same. Here we can able to identify the capacity issues like capacities and material issues. However, if you see here, however, compared to pMRP, LTP requires a much more complex master data structure and take longer to set up. See here, a separate master data is required, but for pMRP, the data which is available in the system, we can use that and we can simulate the future demand issues. So in contrast, pMRP works with a simplified input file and does not require complicated setup set to operate. So this is how we can able to execute in the system. I can say in S4 HANA. So we need to define the scenario, copy the reference data for planning, and create a simulation, process the simulation, evaluation, and implement the changes. So this is how we can do in the system. Within this, the diagram is explained here. You can go through this. So I have taken an example here. See, suppose I have forecast data for upcoming 6 months in future. So in this situation, pMRP help to plan or simulate the resource, which is nothing but capacity of work center, supplier availability to procure the raw material. This is the example I have taken, like 1000, 1500, 200, 2500 quantity. So what are the possibilities to get issues? So the main possibilities to get issues is available capacity is sufficient to produce this quantity or not, and whether the suppliers can be able to provide the raw materials on time or not. So that is also the question mark. If it does not happen, what are the options are available? So this is how uh, the system will predict our requirements and fulfill the requirements. Okay. Now let's check in the system. See guys, as I explained, the people who are coming new to SAP are the people currently who are working on SAP. Please do not use ECC now, because every client want to come on S4 HANA, and they are very familiar with, and they are very passionate to take the Fiori help desk. So generally all are going to the Fiori only. So that's the reason I'm showing you pMRP in Fiori. So yeah, these are the applications which we can use for pMRP. You can see here. So pMRP is there. If I show you, there are so many new application schemes like maintain PAR. So if we does not able to see this in GUI, okay. So better to uh, practice each and everything in the Fiori only. So the future client demands will be on Fiori and S/4HANA only. Okay, no worries. Let's see. So let me show you the demand for the material what I have created. If I show you create PIR, so the material what I have considered is FG1 underscore CP. Yeah. So I have kept the demand monthly demand 1000, 1500, 200, 2500, 1500 and 2400. So let us save this data. And if I go back, the main important applications for pMRP is schedule pMRP simulation creation and process simulation creations. See, the main advantage of pMRP is we can define the constraints also. Like example, if I say, if I have so many suppliers to supply the material for my industry, I can keep the constraints on the suppliers that this supplier can able to provide the raw materials of 1000 quantity per month only, according to the uh, their availability, their capacities. So these are the constraints we can able to maintain here. But I have not considered these constraints. Just to simplify and simply show you how the pMRP will work, I have taken these two applications and I will show you now. So let us see. Now we have the demand. If I show you the uh, MD04, this is monitor stock requirement list. Let me show you that also to you. See, we already have planned orders. Let us delete these planned orders and just we keep only the requirements. Okay. So many new functionalities came in S4HANA, guys. So I want to bring you those topics in coming future. Of course, I agree that I was quite long. I came back, um, but as I told you, I'm in the implement a big implementation. That's the reason I can't able to provide time to you. But now it definitely bring you a very new topics to you to learn the things. Please subscribe the channel and follow my channel. Okay, now we have only demand only. You can able to see here. So these are the demands available. I have deleted all the plan orders which was created initially yesterday only. So let me show you how this app will be works. So let us go to before that. Before that, I want to show you the master data because what I have considered here, right? So I have for this material the main master data required is, if I tell you, see material master, same bomb production version, routing and work center. Let us assume here. Let's assume I have two lines to manufacture. So let us assume I have two lines to manufacture. So which is nothing but two routings. Two routings. So generally two routings means two production versions. Okay. So I have two production versions. Now let's see how the system will plan. Okay. Let me schedule pMRP simulation creation here. So this is similar to the MRP only, like how we schedule the MRP in Fiori, because if you have gone through the Run MRP app, this is similar to the Material Requirement Planning app only. Just click on Create, go to step 2, step 3 means it is nothing but showing start immediately. Okay, so we can schedule this also, like tomorrow or at what time you want to run this. Okay. So let us give any name here, like if reference number, I can say reference data to identify what we have executed and when we have executed. I will give FGCP underscore 123. Let us take the similar one here because these are the mandatory fields. Let us assume this is simulation ID. Simulation. So you can copy this same description here also. Okay. So how we are going to plan, whether we are going to plan monthly or weekly. Okay. So this date should be always in future. It cannot accept if the date is in past. Okay. Let me show you that. Suppose today is May 12th. So I will give May 11th. Uh, and the main important fields are these. And coming to plan, just give the plan data and give the material number. Okay, so I have given, let me check now. It is showing that start date must be in future. Okay, so I told you pMRP is used for the future demands. Okay, I will give here 15.5. Okay, so to predict the future demands and future issues on the demand. So let me check now. Let me schedule. If you get any errors, the log will show here the errors. If you have no errors, then it does not show. Let me show you that. See, if you don't have any errors, it will give us like information. Like otherwise, we will get here red mark. Okay, according to the errors, we can solve that error. Generally, the master data issues maybe there are the data which we have provided here may not be there. So those you need to solve, and again you need to re-execute this pMRP. Now let's go to the process pMRP simulation tab. Once you go to the process pMRP simulation tab, here you can able to see what you have executed now. Okay, this is FGCP underscore 123 just now we have given, and this is the simulation ID we have given there, right? So let us see here. So here you can able to find the release option. Uh, so if we don't have any issues, so here also it is clearly showing you have capacity issues. How many capacity issues are there? 24 capacity issues we are getting here. Okay, let us go to summary and check delivery performance also there. Whether if we reduce the capacity issues or if we reduce the demand, future demand, then whether the delivery performance will be give any issue and how. Let us check those all things in this summary. When you open this, see these are the demands which we have given. So every box is in red color, which is nothing but every box having an issue. If you just click in this box, here you can see what is the issue. We have four issues here. You can see this finishing and cleaning is the work center which is assigned in the routing. It is showing that 59% overloaded corresponding to 395 pieces. Share the consumed capacity corresponding to 94%. So it is showing that how much 159%, like 59% is getting overloaded. These all I can say work centers. So it is clearly defining what are the capacity issues are there. So in this situation, what we can do? We have two options. Either we need to increase the capacity to meet the demand, otherwise we reduce this quantity. Once we reduce this quantity, then the delivery performance will be become low. Example, if I show you, let me reduce this and let us see what happens. Just I have given 80 here. So see the delivery performance is decreases because initially it was 1000 quantity and which was defined in the uh, demand, but we reduced that. Because of reduction, what happened? Our delivery performance reduces. Meanwhile, our overloaded capacity also see reduces here, like only 29 now. Initially it was 51% overloaded, now it is 29% overloaded. Okay, let us keep it 100,000 only and see. Sorry, it is 10,000. So now the delivery performance is 100%, 1000 and 159% overloaded. So we have here few options also. Just go to multi-level material simulation. Let us see the materials where we are getting issues for this July month. If I go inside this material level material simulation, it will clearly show me what issues I am getting and how I can able to resolve it. See here it is production version 1 which having four issues. Suppose if we have semi-finished product, if we are getting semi-finished product issues also, it will show here. Okay, and here we can able to see how many. If I go to the component level checkings also, let me show you that also. Yeah, if you see component level checking, if I drill down this, the only production version we are using, only one line we are using here. We assume that we have two lines. So everything will be produced in the one line only. So I have option to divide the quantity here and share the quantity to the other production line. Suppose if example, if I have two lines, okay, if I drill down this, we have two suppliers. The only supplier currently is supplying is domestic US supplier one only. Suppose if I get any issue here in this one, then I can share the quantity and I can deliver the 100% to the deliver like customer. So these are the issues can be shown clearly in this simulation app with predictive MRP. Okay, I hope you are getting my point. If you have any issues, you can write the comments below. Definitely, I'll try to answer because of my busyness. I have not answered so many questions. Currently, I'm addressing those questions. But but here I am saying clearly that we can have thousands of hundreds of suppliers. Whether if we keep the constraint that domestic supplier one can supply in July month only 1,000 quantity, then we can shift this 973 quantity to the other supplier. These are all options are available in this MRP. Okay, so suppose if he cannot, domestic supplier one cannot be able to supply this 2000 quantity, then it will show issue here. This app will show issue here. So this issue also we can able to resolve it. Suppose example, I have selected this, I can change the source of supplier. See, this is 2000. Example, this supplier cannot able to supply 2000, then I can shift this quantity to the other supplier also. This is all our uh, requirements, how we want to do the quantities. Now example, if I go to this FG1, these issues, these are the issues. If I click on the change source of supply, then I am getting two things here. What are the two things? One is production, because I have two lines. I'm utilizing only one line till now. Let us utilize the second line also. Let us shift this quantity to the second one. So if I shift this quantity, now I will apply here. When I apply, see, my issues got resolved. Okay, so now we are producing this quantity in the two lines. In here, one is a production line one, and second one is production line two. Okay, now my issues can got resolved here. So now I don't have any capacity issues. This is how we can able to tackle the issues. Okay, so and not only that, we have pull-in quantity also. Okay, for the second one I will show you how this pull-in quantity work. Yeah. Let us go back. We have resolved one issue, right? So now this box, so this red color box will be disappear from here. If I go to the August second one, the same similar thing, like this is 209% is overloaded. Okay, just go to this material level simulation and select these four issues you are there. Either you want to change the source of supply or pull-in quantity. See, pull-in quantity is nothing but slots of pre-production or early procurement of materials. Okay, this can be used for the raw materials, I can say. Okay, for the raw materials, example, if you don't have raw materials, you want to split into the other month, like how it is. This can be done here. And if you see completing top level materials, if you have semi-finished product, how they are, whether they can be available in time or not, each and everything can be done. If you explore on this, you will get so many options. Definitely it is available, try that. Okay, if suppose if I click on apply, so my few quantities are getting shifted to, see, production version 1 in May month. Now few quantities are more to May month. Let us check how it will happen. Okay, so July and August, it is gone to July and August, and only the quantity produced is 64 only, right? So our issues got resolved. Let us see. This is in June. This is in May. It is shifted to May, June, and August because the required quantity required. We require 1500 quantity in August, right? Let us check now. Let us go back. What happened? Now it got resolved, right? So, but what we have observed here, this let us see when this will be available. If I go to the capacity plan simulation, because I don't know how it is getting planned, let us go to the capacity plan. When the system is producing this, yeah, these all are the work centers available. Whether it is overloaded or not overloaded, you can able to see the available capacity. This is the available capacity. This is the fulfilled capacity. Okay, just if I select this, here we can able to change the available capacity also. Uh, just now what we have seen here, we have two options here. Example, just now we have resolved like capacity issues. Example, if I click on here, if the 15% is getting overloaded, I have resolved the issues from here multi-level material simulation, but I can able to resolve the issues from capacity plan simulation also. If I click here, it will show for that only what I have selected. Okay, so see here, August is getting overloaded, right? Okay, but if you see in May, the available capacity is, I can say, we have issue with only this work center, not other work centers. If you see clearly, because no, not only with this work center, because I have selected this work center. That's the reason it's came. Okay, when I click here, I have selected this fin. That's fin like finishing and cleaning. So that's the reason it is shown that only. From here also you can able to see, shift the or increase the change the available capacity also. For example, if I select August, July and June 3 months, let us check August. See, we have available capacity 184, but we are utilizing already utilizing how much? 183. You can see here 183.2783 is utilized already. But let us see the July also. So July we have still available capacity is 160, but required capacity is still in August also we required capacity is only I can say, sorry. So if I click here, so remaining capacity, so we have 172.782 hours are available in July month. So we can shift this demand to July, right? Because this is getting overloaded. How we can do this? Just now how we have done in this. We can shift the things towards right. I will click here and I will go to material level simulation. I will select these four issues we have right, and I will click pull in quantity. See, it is going to May and July because still this much available capacity is available there. Let me shift this to the apply. Still 131%. Initially it was how much? 209% or more than that. Uh, but now it is 131%. Okay. So this is how the capacity will get decreases. Right. So you can see here our load has been decreases now. So you can see the quantity has been shifted like 673 in July, 572 in May. But still we having four issues. Then how we can solve? One is we have done with this. Let us see whether we have one more production version, right? Just click on this and change the source of supply now. So see we have saved production version 2 which is empty. We can shift this 207 quantity to production version 2. Just adapt the proposal and apply here. See, so now every issue has been got resolved. Right. So let us go back. So this is how you can simulate the things. You can able to resolve the capacities and see how we can able or what are the possibilities to resolve the issues. So this is how you can do. Otherwise you can just for example you can, if you have any genuine reason, so that if you can't able to manage this, you can reduce the quantity here also. Okay, suppose if for example I have taken 600 here, even though so it is saying that 1900 is undelivered, so our delivery performance is getting reduced. Okay, so you can do like this also. And otherwise, whether if this is the 1500 capacity, right? Let us check this how we can solve it. Otherwise, we can increase the capacity also. That option is also available. Let me show you too. Let me go to this capacity plan. Okay, yes, capacity plan simulation. Yeah, see. In October, we have this issue. Otherwise, by selecting this, you can set disregard capacity issues just by clicking here. Are you sure you want to proceed with disregard all the issues for this resource? If you say OK, then the issues will get resolved. See, the issues has been resolved now. Okay. So it is meaning that you are increasing the capacity. Either you can increase the capacity by changing. Let me show you that also. Still, we have six capacity issues, right? So let us go to this and let's open capacity plan for this work center. Let us check. Yes, there are capacity issues. Yeah, I by selecting this here, you can change the available capacity in the month of which month it is. It is in November, right? So let us minus 233. So 233 hours is not available. So in the November month, if I want to increase the capacity utilization, I want to utilize this work center up to 300%, then our capacity should get resolved here. If I click on apply, so this issue has been resolved. We can able to change the available capacity. Also, suppose if I got a new machines in the shop floor and that has been installed, now we need to utilize the third line also because of this demand. By increasing, by we see what generally people do. If the demand gets increases, they definitely increase their capacity because they don't want to lose the clients, right? This is how we can able to solve the things. And after the resolving these all issues, right? So what we can do, just go back and release here. Once you release, right, what I will say, yes, demand driven MRP like top material. This is yes active uh, requirement version. So yes, either you want to take 00 or plan one version. Suppose if I keep plan one version here, it will show in the second line item. And will if we say the active version, even though it is a plan one and active version, just click on release. Now I have released this, right. If I show you this change PIR, so 1 minute, this change PIR, right. So all active versions. No, not this, right. This is 00. All active and inactive will select and let us see. Even though it is not came. If I go and click on 01 version, because I have saved in 01 version, right? T. VS. No requirements found. But why? Let us go and check MD04 screen. No, even though we release, the issue has been not get resolved. Let us select this and see, actually, what happens is I released it here, right? Release started is showing, but it is not released. So what I have done, I have created one more and I released this. So once what mistake I have done here is, for example, if I'm clicking on release, you don't select here 01. You just select here 00 version and active, make it active and release it. So once you release, right, what happens is the demand, what is inside this is going to be changed. So this is right, 1000. So this is like 1000, 1500, 2600, 1500, and 2400. What we have taken in that. So when I go and show you this ITA PAS, right? Or I can say in MD04 screen, it will get changed. So the new active version, which is nothing but this is active version and this is the version. So has implemented. So once you run the MRP, then again material requirement planning, so the plan orders will get created, the same production order will be get created. So basically, the main agenda of this pMRP is, see, normally during in ECC we used to do long-term planning, which is a very huge task, I can say. But now we can say to the client that there is advanced functionalities available, which is nothing but pMRP, where we can able to give the future demands and able to tackle the capacity issues. So I think that long-term MRP is also to determine the uh, available capacity in future for future demands as well as the I can say budget. So that all process. Uh, So in S4 HANA also long-term planning is available. I don't say it is not available, but this is an add-on functionality which is available in EPPDS. So that's exact my understanding. So hope you understand this. Uh, Definitely, I'll come with the new videos in S4 HANA. S4 HANA got a very additional add-on functionalities. Let us see in the coming videos. Thank you guys. Thank you for your time.